so that's it for that first part. We talked about Tom Holland. We talked about a lot of his stuff and why he's good, why he's bad. So next topic I want to touch on is, of course, Tobey Maguire. He's a lot of everybody's favorite Spider-Man growing up from our childhoods and whatnot. He had a very different take on Spider-Man than Tom Holland, a lot different. He definitely played the nerd part. Everybody can agree he did that very well. But a lot of people say he didn't necessarily connect with audiences as well in the Spider-Man suit, and that was kind of his downfall as a character, if he had any. So, can you guys expand on that and say why you think Tobey Maguire might be a better Spider-Man?
When I was just a young boy, I'm still a young boy, but when I was just a really young boy, the Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Spider-Man 1 and 2 was...
3 doesn't exist.
Yeah, we'll get that out there. 3 is, we all agree, 3 was awesome.
3's bad.
We're taking that off the list.
Those movies, that was everything that I wanted from Spider-Man. He was the man that I wanted to be. That Spider-Man was perfect.
Is that why you got the haircut?
Keep going.
Anyways, you punch him, he bleeds. You can hit him and his suit rips. Mm-hmm. In Infinity War, when Thanos body slams Tom Holland to the ground, his suit is perfectly fine, and he's just like, okay, dust that off. Round 2. When Tobey Maguire got beat up, you saw blood, you saw him hurt like a wounded dog fighting on when he was fighting the Goblin. He used every ounce of strength in his body to continue the fight until it was over. Same with Doc Ock.
Yeah, you saw it, especially when he stopped a train. Because the suit was ripped, and you saw the emotion, him screaming out the top of his lungs, and his muscles being forced, more than anybody else.
Being pushed to the brink.
Whereas when you saw Tom Holland putting a boat together, you were just like, his mechanical suit can do it. Who cares? The girl inside his mind can just tell him, oh, we're going to go to kill mode.
Yeah, the mechanical suit with the girl in it, she's like, if you put these here, you'll be successful. Tobey Maguire didn't have that.
It was all Spider-Sense instinct.
He did what he thought was right, and it worked.
And so we're going to talk about, why we think Tobey is a better actor, or why we think he's a better Spider-Man. One, brought up the point of, him being 15. I get that's where the Marvel Universe is going with the whole story. But Spider-Man is a journalist. He's a photographer for a journalist. So he's already old enough. Okay, so I don't need to see the stories of him in school and him, we always have this debate of it's not an origin story. It technically is because he's learning his suit and he's still learning his powers. That's origin story. Yes, it doesn't show him getting bit by the spider. I get that. But it's still technically an origin story with him being 15 years old. I don't care about his best friend being there or whatever. Tobey got it senior year of high school, they graduate, and then it moves on until after high school, which is what I want to see. I want to see his adventures as Spider-Man. I don't care about the drama of high school. I don't care about his friends having emotional issues with a girl that moves away. I don't care about that.
That's hurtful.
Because one, she wasn't even a character in who was she anyway? Why that wasn't there was no emotional attachment there. But when he was with Mary Jane in Spider-Man, Tobey you saw emotional attachment. He liked the girl before he can get her. Then he saved her a bunch of times without her knowing. He had MTV's best kiss. Upside down. And he did that stunt himself.
Too bad he didn't drown in it.
The Spider-Man 1 and 2, those had the most
strong argument.
Thank you.
iconic scenes. The upside down kiss.
That's very true.
The train scene. Because back in the day,
It was good.
the train scene is
There wouldn't be a Tom Holland boat scene without the train scene.
Yeah.
I disagree. Yeah.
Because it's the same scene.
It's exactly, except Tom Holland fails. But the train scene, that only would work back in the day because the technology around that day, it's different from then and now. You can't, they took off Spider-Man's mask and they were like, oh, he's just a kid. If they were to do that now, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever people use now, it would be everywhere.
Alright, so your argument basically is that for Tobey Maguire is that you connect with him more because you see what he's going through. You see all the things that are going on in the story, and he acts and responds to that in the movie.
It's like an emotional roller coaster through the character.
He's more relatable.
Exactly.
With the movies, he's more relatable. You can emotionally attach to him more, and a lot of it's because of how he acted through the suit, and not the CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did enjoy Stark Industries.
He didn't get $1 billion suit.
That being said, guys,
Is it our turn, Kaiser?
It is.
Oh, thank you.
So to go off of that though,
Dead.
I'm listening.
Gotta be rebooted.
Tom over Toby, because it seems like we're going more towards the whole CGI versus non-CGI thing, and how that affects an actor, and how that affects them. But do you think Tom deals that well, and do you still think, even with those obstacles, he outshines Toby?
So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of build off of their argument first, and then I will answer your question, kind sir. So they say that for Gabe's first argument was the boat scene where the robot suit, that he can fix it all by himself because the robot suit could fix it, right? That's what Gabe said. The robot suit could fix it.
It's not.
But then Jonathan said that they failed to fix that.
Yeah.
Now, when I look at a superhero, I like to see a superhero fail. It makes me feel more human myself. It makes me feel attached to that character because as a human, we all fail. But Tobey Maguire, as Gabe said, is sitting there with the bus struggling, muscles popping, breaking out, veins lunging out of his neck, and somehow, magically, finds the willpower to pull the bus back together.
There's a train.
Doesn't fail the train, whatever it is. He has the power to pull the train back together off his magical willpower and his upside down kiss scene with Mary Jane. Maybe that gave him the power to do that. Did I give him the power?
Answer JP's question so we can rebuttal.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Jonathan.
So yes, even in the CGI suit, I believe that Tom Holland is not held back. I don't think that it holds back his acting abilities. I don't think that it affects him at all. This is the generation we live in now. Everything is CGI. It's funny that you guys build off of CGI and how much you hate that suit, but Iron Man is literally 100% CGI. It's funny that you sit there and go, Tom Holland, Spiderman, goes, MP3 player. Do you ever see Iron Man's mouth move? Ever?
Yeah, when his head...
No, sir! He is in a robot suit that is CGI.
Let him talk. He's just barely.
All right, but you don't have to argue Iron Man here, Matt. So let's
Just
stay off of that
thank you,
subject.
JP.
They brought
so
Iron Man
much.
first.
So
Okay.
go ahead.
All right, so so they're talking about you're emotionally invested in Tobey Maguire because of his acting. You get to see him in his suit more, and it rips when he does things and when he gets cut. His suit, it isn't a mechanical suit from Iron Man. It's not, right?
No.
Tom Holland's is a mechanical suit from Iron Man. They're two completely different suits, right? That's number one. Excuse me. Number two, we got three. Look, I know we all thought Spider-Man 3 sucked.
Don't bring
But
up
there
the-
was still a Spider-Man 3. So
You
you have to
have to
look
admit it.
at it from Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. So we got 3 movies. So I can understand, I'm emotionally invested in Tobey Maguire's movies because you had 3. We've got 1. We got 1 Tom Holland movie who's got to work with Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and everyone else who's already been a part of the universe before Tom Holland got in. So he's had 1 movie to shine. So I feel like his 1 movie, the character that he's supposed to portray, whether anyone agrees, like, I don't want to see him in high school, but that's what it is. They're doing a father-son connection between him and Iron Man because it doesn't have one. And his acting next to Robert Downey Jr. has been good. It was good in Civil War, it was good in Homecoming, and it was good in Infinity Wars. So that's the whole bus thing looked fine. That scene was great.
It's a train!
But did he have his mask on? Did that make sense? Everyone got to see
Everybody got to
who
see him.
Spider-Man
Everybody.
was. Everyone.
And
Back in the day, they couldn't use Twitter but everyone saw who he was. So you're telling me no one was going to go run and tell everyone, hey, look, that's Spider-Man right over there?
Well, it's weird
No.
because they keep saying back in the day, but I'm pretty sure when that movie came out, everybody still had cell phones.
Still had cell phones.
Everybody still had cell phones that had picture capability. So you're telling me everybody on this train, said it right this time so you can kiss the inner parts of my butthole,
Gross.
did not have a cell phone that could take a picture. Because if you're telling me right now, if this is 10
You
years
look at
ago
me.
when this movie came out, and this guy's pulling a train together and his mask comes off and I have my cell phone, I'm gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna let him not be seen by anybody on my phone because he's a good guy. Yeah, bullshit.
Okay. One last thing.
You get spit on?
One last thing. Tobey Maguire, he had his time for like I said, I'm gonna count all 3 movies.
Have to.
you have to have all 3 movies, right? And we all agree the third one was crap. Did you guys like emo Spider-Man? Did you guys think that was a good part of the story? Because I would rather see I think Tom Holland's totality in Civil War, Infinity Wars, and his Homecoming movie, it was better than that piece of crap of a movie he did, which he was in. He was Spider-Man. Than the 3-movie trilogy that they did with Tobey Maguire.
Boom, mic drop.
And so another point. One last thing. Oh well, it wasn't even sad that he died because we knew we were gonna bring him back. Did we all think that Tobey Maguire was ever gonna die in any of the Spider-Man movies?
No, he's invincible.
I mean, no. He got 3 movies. Did he die in any of them?
Nope.
No, I don't think he died in any. He didn't have to act like he was gonna die. Tom Holland. Whether they're going to bring him back, which obviously we all know they're going to bring him back, but did he died? He's dead right now. He's dead. He died.
Well,
so,
Me too, actually.
Tobey Maguire may not have died, but a little piece of our soul and everybody's soul died when we saw emo.
thank you.
Tobey Maguire.
Which
But you have to count.
Which is negative.
Gotta count it. Whoa, the video's over already? Well, if you want to see more, why don't you click that notification button and that subscribe button. And if you really liked it, give us a thumbs up.
Cut.